So here's the deal. Recently, I've noticed that a lot, and it kind of started me thinking, why are we so afraid to be seen, to be who we really are? And I know all these amazingly rational reasonings about what if I'm wrong, what if I offend somebody, what if. Yeah, well, what if you're wrong? Okay, so isn't that a great opportunity to learn a valuable lesson? Because next time you will know a whole lot better how to do it right, isn't it? But if you never try, how will you have experienced it? However, what if you're right? What if you have the most amazing idea that the humankind would need, or even this organization where you work, or even your own family or your partner, but you are just kind of shying away, going, yeah, well, it wasn't really important anyway. It was. If it occurred to you, it was important. So maybe, imagine that you come up with something that, I think it was Seth Godin who said that. Imagine you come up with an invention that would be useful for, let's say, 10% of the humankind. So how many millions is that? Is that something, what, 700 millions or something? And it's and you think, 10%. It's massive. Yeah, chances are that if you go down the street and you go like, I just invented that, it might be that the first 9 people might not be needing that. But think of all the rest of them. So what I want to emphasize here a lot is that it doesn't matter how silly or ridiculous or simple you judge your own unique talent to be. There is somebody, and this is my first promise, there is somebody in the world who really, really needs that insight, that invention, that idea. And they will need it. Even if they heard something similar being said, they will need it the way you have said it. And imagine if you even if you find out there's other people like you, other people who think the same way, and you actually start your own tribe based on that. How cool would that be? However, what has struck me as really curious is that recently I've come across this community of knitters on YouTube. It's a curious community, and if you don't know anything about knitting, you'd go like, oh yeah, what is that good for? But they have like tens of thousands of followers, they have like real devoted fans, and what is very insightful for me is that, well, I do a bit of knitting, don't tell anyone, but I was looking for an explanation on how to do something, and I watched one video tutorial, and I wasn't really sure what happened to this thread or that, and then I watched another one, and then I watched the third one, and I was like, okay, that makes sense. So I needed all of those 3, although they were telling me the same thing, but they were telling me the same thing in their unique way, in a way where elements of it worked for me, and the elements of somebody else's teachings were adding to it. So never doubt that you are needed. Your skill, your opinion is needed. So be seen and shine. Because, shine not for fame and fortune. Shine because you have a reason and you have your own truth to speak of, to speak out. And I promise you this, that's the second promise, it will feel exhilarating. It will feel like nothing before when you come to your truth, when you introduce your passion. I'm sure you've experienced that in your life, but just make it big, make it matter for you. Yeah, well, what about the naysayers, you'll say? Well, that's my second promise, I think. There will always be naysayers. And all I can say to that is that let's just hope that there will be a day when the naysayers are feeling confident enough to speak their truth as well. And maybe it will be you inspiring them. Imagine that. How cool would that be? So, one of the thoughts that struck me really strongly was, and I'm not sure where I heard of it, is that courage is fear walking. So have courage, because when you're up and out there, when you come into your authentic truth, what you really want and what you really mean, it will be brilliant. So walk the fear, and shine your brilliance. Because, and that's my final promise, no one will do it for you, and the world needs your kind of crazy. So please, get out there. Thank you.